Hey guys, so after 3.5 years as a carnivore, I have an announcement to make, and I did get blood work back, and I have decided to shift directions. Just kidding. I did get my blood work back, and most people would freak out about it, but I want to talk to you about it. So, what I have here is my blood work from last March 2024 to this March 2025. And it is a snapshot. It's not a before and after of carnivore because I have been eating carnivore for 3.5 years. But my blood work from last year to this year is an interesting analysis, and I want to show it to you because most people are really concerned about going on carnivore. I was too. So it took me a while to actually get to the point where I was comfortable eating carnivore consistently because I was worried about my cholesterol. As somebody who has had high familial hereditary cholesterol, I was concerned. And a lot of other people in my life were too. But I want to discuss these numbers because it's really important. So let's start with LDL, where people get concerned. So this is your bad cholesterol. In the past, actually, my total cholesterol before carnivore could have been like 260 or so. And that was always a concern for my doctors. My LDL last year was 196, and my total cholesterol was 265. So that means I'll talk about HDL in a little bit. But 265 last year, still wasn't concerned. This year, my LDL was down to 190 from 196. Now, take that with a grain of salt because your LDL can fluctuate often based on your activity, based on if you had been fasting, based on your stress levels, based on the season. I've talked about how cholesterol is a part of converting sunlight to vitamin D in the body. So I'm not really even concerned with that fluctuation. I'm not like, yes, my LDL went down. I'm not too concerned with my LDL. So that's the first piece. So this is where people are going to be like, wait a minute, what? My A1C last year was 5.0, which is good. This year, it's 5.6. So it did go up. I'm still not concerned, and here's why. Your A1C is a 3-month snapshot of your blood glucose levels. And when you are metabolically healthy, your red blood cells live longer. Thus, they have more time to pick up glucose, any glucose. And don't forget that carnivores, though we don't have carbs, we still have glucose that runs through our system. And so my red blood cells are just living longer because I am more metabolically healthy. And so that is why some carnivores have their A1C numbers go up on carnivore, but it's not concerning. Now, on my lab sheets, it would say something like you are pre-diabetic, but still, I am not concerned with it because of my other numbers. My fasting glucose went from 94 to 65, which means that my body is much more adapted to burning fat for energy and not using sugar and glucose for energy. Now here's the one that's really exciting is that my triglycerides went from 84 last year to 65 this year. And that is a really great sign of a strong fat metabolism. So my body is efficiently burning fat for fuel and not storing sugar as fat. Oh, and my insulin levels also stayed really low too, which is a great indicator that I am staying insulin sensitive as I am eating a high fat diet. Now, your triglyceride and HDL ratio is actually really important. So when people say, what's your LDL? Or should I be really concerned about my LDL? In context, you should be looking at your LDL in comparison to your inflammatory markers, which are more of an indicator to heart disease. And so what you want is a lower triglyceride number and a higher HDL, your good cholesterol number. And so last year my ratio was 1.2. You want to be under 2, and now I am under 1. I'm a 0.98. So I'm really happy with those numbers too. Please don't let outdated cholesterol myths keep you away from eating real foods that are going to heal metabolic dysfunction. When you eat nutrient-dense foods and you take care of your insulin resistance, your body is going to show you metabolically how well you are doing. And I think I'm doing really great. How about you?